Hey, this is Rebel Builder and I have a mock for you here. This is an original trilogy TIE Fighter. Now it's been a few years since we've had a set based on this vehicle, and a lot of the parts, a lot of techniques have advanced since then, so I wanted to do my own updated version. Now as far as parts go, we've had the TIE Advanced prototype, we've had Darth Vader's TIE Advanced, so we get this really cool dome piece and the really cool cockpit piece. So they haven't done an original trilogy TIE Fighter with these new pieces. And I almost hesitate to call this a mock because I've borrowed a lot of techniques, a lot of designs from these other sets that I mentioned, also the First Order TIE Fighter. Specifically the twin ion engines on the side, I took this design straight from that set, so I built those up with the inverted colors of the original trilogy. But as far as the cockpit here in the middle goes, I started with those other sets, but I really was just kind of looking at them for inspiration, you know, with that windshield piece, the dome piece on top, you know, those kind of limit you or kind of lock you into what you can do. A lot of kind of the shaping here in the front, that came from the TIE Advanced prototype. But I really think that I didn't really look at the instructions, I just kind of started with kind of the bottom piece and some of these sloping pieces and built my way out from there. Even though I took the design for the twin ion engines from the First Order TIE Fighter, I did add the stripes on the inside. You know, that's a very distinct feature of those original trilogy TIE Fighters. In this section here is kind of what I'm most proud of, kind of how I shaped that all. But let me start by showing you this connection. And again, this is the same design as the First Order TIE Fighter. We got these hooks and we got these pieces inside here. And so, you know, I kind of redesigned this thing, you know, to kind of, you know, it's a different design than the First Order TIE Fighter. But those just snap in there like that. And here's a close-up of some of these techniques here with these hinges, the tiles on the outside of the ion engines. They just run across the top and down the sides. And then here in the middle, they all connect with these hinge plates. So obviously trying to create a design based around a round ball is one of the most challenging things you can do with Lego. So I just literally kind of used some different slopes, different pieces in different directions. One thing I really like is this 2x1 curved slope here. Now this actually isn't a jumper underneath, that's actually a 2x1 tile. Those studs don't actually line up well enough for you to do that. Then I used a pair of 2x4 wedge plates in here to kind of give more of that sloping look. And here at this point, more of the 2x1 round slopes and a little cheese slope in there. And one cool thing is here on the bottom, if I turn this over, on the bottom I used those brand new 2x1 inverted round slopes. I love that new piece. In the back is a challenge too. I've got this 6 stud inverted radar dish and a little decorated 2x2 round tile, but you kind of have to build out the whole back a little bit so you can have some room for that hinge there. And here are the connectors from the back. Again, I use those 2x4 wedge plates, different slopes, both regular slopes and the round slopes. Again, I'm just trying to use different size pieces, angled pieces, and it's almost like sculpting where you're kind of taking this design, kind of molding it out of clay to get that shape just kind of how you picture it in your head. And here's a shot from the top. You can see how that back section is kind of one stud deeper towards the back. And as for reference material, I had all of my other TIE Fighter sets here. You know, the TIE Advanced prototype, Vader's Advanced TIE, the First Order TIE. Really was looking at those too, but I also had my laptop up and I had a bunch of pictures I found online. You know, some were shots from the movie and some were pictures of, you know, the actual models that they used in the movie. But this whole section here, you know, that's, you know, I think I came up with a cool design, but that's really something difficult to create with Lego. And here's a little shot inside the cockpit. Of course, I've got my TIE Fighter pilot in there. It's got that same control yoke that they include on most of those TIE Fighter sets. Here's a shot of the cockpit without the pilot. Now, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on the inside here. I basically did that back wall of the cockpit in black. And there's also some transparent red in there. You know, that kind of gives it that Empire kind of look to it. And one little thing too is we're looking here at the front. I did not include any spring-loaded missile shooters. Here it is, my TIE Fighter mock. I hope you like it. This is actually something that quite a few of you requested, so I was happy to actually finally get this built. You know, in my TIE Fighter collection just didn't look right without kind of the main basic TIE Fighter from Star Wars. I will say I gave a few behind the scenes pictures of this build on Instagram, nothing too detailed. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you know, that link is down in the description below. You can go hit that and follow me if you kind of want to see more, a little bit behind the scenes of what I've been working on. I need to get a little better at that. So as always, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. You know, it's kind of a little nerve-wracking posting one of your mocks. I hope you guys like it. Thumbs up this video, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I've got some great videos in the works. I've got some new builds coming. I don't want you to miss out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back soon.